I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Maeve Moraden joins me. Hi.
Hello.
Hey,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello, I am Maeve Moraden. I am a Dwarven VTuber. I stream a variety of things, any games that tickle my fancy, and I also stream miniature painting for D&D and wargaming.
Oh, well, miniature painting. I've talked about before that back in the early 80s, I played a little bit of D&D, but the person who was the dungeon master had all the little tiny, and they were maybe not even an inch, maybe some of them were an inch, figures, and was painting them and doing a great job with it. Is that kind of what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're still making them then. I bet that's really, really wild. What type of paint do you end up using for that?
So they're just acrylic paints. However, miniature paints are different than the acrylic paints you buy at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or anything like that.
Right.
The pigment is ground up a lot more finely so that it doesn't look chalky on the miniature. So they come in smaller bottles, usually like 18 ml bottles. And they're a lot more expensive than the miniature paints you buy at the hobby store, usually.
Because I remember I had cousins who did the miniature cars back then, which were really big in the late 70s and early 80s, and they had the little look like nail polish bottles full of paint and stuff. Are they smaller than that?
They're about the same size.
Yeah.
They are in like little dropper bottles.
Yeah. So
with a tip that allows you to do one drop of paint at a time.
Yeah, and you have to, some of that detailing you really do have to do one time. Have you always been a person who enjoys that type of painting?
I mean, I wouldn't say always. I picked it up when I started university as a hobby.
Yeah.
And as time went on, I was like, oh, I'm painting these for myself. I'm painting these for my friends. People are asking me to paint them for them. What's a way that I can monetize it? So eventually that turned into me having an Etsy store and selling them on Etsy. Yeah. And now I stream them.
That is cool.
Because I decided to be a VTuber.
Well, to do that to where the point at other people want your work. That's some really detailed and fine doing. I mean, your brushes must be like 2 hairs or something to work.
Yeah,
like
they're definitely tiny, but they do get smaller than what I have.
Oh wow, that's something. So for you, does it take a lot of when you're doing it? Do you have a lot of stress on you, or is it stress relieving?
For me, it's stress relieving. I can understand how for some people it might be stressful. But I don't experience that. It's really relaxing, and I can focus on something specific, and all thoughts leave my brain. It's nice.
And it's not, even when you're kind of doing it for somebody else, you don't have that pressure?
Not often, no. Sometimes people ask me to do like a skill that I've never tried before, and that can be a little bit stressful, but once I look up a tutorial and once I try it for myself, I'm like, oh, that wasn't too bad, and then I just continue on with the rest of the paint.
Would you rather have a larger or smaller thing to work with?
So there's a sweet spot, I feel. I really like the miniatures that are 2 to 3 inches tall, which in tabletop gaming speak would be a large or a huge creature.
Yeah.
And then anything bigger than that, it's a lot of paint, and smaller than that, you can't put as much detail on it.
But you're a dwarf. You should be good into smaller ones.
Yeah.
But again,
the detail. I'm a dwarf, and I like to do the fine craftsmanship level detail.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Well, that's I'm jealous of people's ability to do that, and I'm glad you've got that where you can settle back and enjoy it while doing it, even with somebody else's restraints in doing that sort of thing. Um, I do envy somebody who can use art as a getaway and a means to an end at the same time.
Yeah, I envy that with people who can draw.
Yeah, draw things that don't get you arrested.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I draw things, lightning hits the building, so I don't understand. I was like, no, okay, I'm not going to draw nothing. It's just against the law of nature, I think. So were you somebody who always wanted to be an entertainer? Is that why you started with VTubing?
Oh, so once upon a time, a very long time ago, about 4 or 5 years ago at
Mm-hmm.
this point. I don't know when I first started streaming. It
Mm.
was a while ago, but I started off what the VTuber community lovingly calls flesh tubing,
Hey,
or what a normal person understands as streaming with a camera or with cam on.
yes, a
I
lot
started
less.
off that way,
Yeah, that's
but
and that that flesh tuber thing just makes my skin crawl.
yeah, it's a little bit of a weird term.
Yeah, yeah. So, but
um,
you did get
so
started that way.
yes, I started streaming with a cam, and as a woman, I get this sentiment a lot from a lot of female VTubers who started off with a camera and then moved to VTubing. The pressure to look good on camera all the time
Hmm.
because people come in and they're like, "Oh, well, you're not wearing makeup. Oh, your hair's not done," um, or like some days just me not wanting to wear a bra.
Mm.
Uh, I just didn't want to deal with always having to look good on a camera.
Right.
So I was like, well, what can I do? And so I moved to VTubing
Mm.
purely out of that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people got a lot of different reasons for doing it, but I've heard that quite a bit where people just get tired of having to put themselves together to not go anywhere,
Hmm.
and then get criticized sometimes after you do it. With the VTubing, you get a chance to more show everything except your exterior looks to somebody. Your personality really comes through your communication skills and your talent.
I can agree with that sentiment. My streaming definitely changed when I became a VTuber, and it became more about uh, how much I can let my personality out
Hmm.
versus, oh, well, does this look good on camera? Or, oh, if I turn my head this way. Like, it was just, oh, I don't want to say it was having cam on and reviewing footage. It was hard. It was
Mm.
difficult,
Yeah.
especially when you have people in your ear making comments about things, because people on the internet, can be cruel.
Oh yeah.
Um, so it's just like, man, how can I avoid that? VTubing.
Yeah.
VTubing. Anyone should be a VTuber, I think.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
very freeing.
and it doesn't nowadays you don't really need all that much to do it on one form or another. I've got the one service now with Irium where you just need a phone and you can do it. So I mean, there's so many different ways that you could stream at this point. Um, for you, what was what was the choice that got you into creative work on the internet and to start with streaming? Why did you do it?
I moved out of the state that I previously lived in for a job,
Mm.
and I left all my friends behind.
Oh,
um, so we still talk online and everything like that, but it's just not the same. I missed having the creative outlet of socializing with people. And when you're an adult, obviously all your friends have busy schedules and it's hard to always meet up on a weekly basis.
right.
So I was like, how can I be social and still do the things that I love? And I settled on streaming because it's a way to pursue those solo games that I really like to play, but also still have people come in and chat with you and you get to talk to them and everything like that. And now, of course, I get to show my mini painting process, um, which people are always really interested in. And uh, it's it's just been such a social experiment for
Mm,
me of getting to know people and getting to be social in a conventionally unsocial environment in my house in front of a computer with no one else around.
yeah.
Like typically that's not seen as a social endeavor, but with streaming it is.
Yeah, it is. It is. And the world expands for you and shrinks at the same time because it's easier
Yeah.
for you to talk to somebody on the other side of the planet, but you're still talking to somebody on the other side of the planet. You have so many potential people that could show up at your stream at any particular time. Um, with the breadth of the audience that you could be having, does that catch you every once in a while between the eyes? Like, well, I've got an audience.
Yeah, sometimes especially now that I have regulars who come in and chat with me, every once in a while I'll sit back and I'll be like, "Wow, these people really choose to spend their time listening to me yap and messaging me and they're waiting to hear what I respond with and I'm almost in awe of it.
Hmm.
I I don't want to say I don't deserve it because I'm like working hard with the streaming and what I do. Everyone deserves the following that they get.
Hmm.
Uh, but like it's not something I ever expected, especially when I first started streaming. I was like, "Oh man, it's going to be real hard for me to get people who want to show up and see what I'm doing um and then now I have them and I'm just in awe. I'm so in awe of the community that I have. I'm so thankful for them.
Well, when you get somebody who does follow you and doesn't overstep the lines and has as knows the I guess you kids are using the kayfabe word now. Um, uh, knows plays along with the home game. I'll say, um, and and wants to enjoy the experience, maybe contribute it, but not try to take over. Um,
Hmm.
and that does help a lot, and they still have to mesh with your personality. Uh, I watched a little bit of your streams, and I saw that your personality is pretty damn perfect for it, actually. Um,
Oh,
and 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 the voice is excellent for it, by the way. Um, it really people have different types of communities. Some are semi-adversarial. Some are really up and being. Yours seems more homey.
thank you. I try to cultivate a community where everyone feels like they could just hang out.
Hmm.
Um, I don't want anyone to ever come into my stream and feel like they can't shoot me a message or talk to someone else in chat or they're not comfortable because someone else in chat is being an asshole. Oh, sorry. I
No,
probably
no, no,
shouldn't be
no.
cursing on.
Don't worry about that. We're 18 plus. Believe me, I'm so far 18 plus. I'm 18 times. So don't worry about that.
Okay. Like I have a great mod team and I like to think that the way I talk to chat and the way chat talks to me really fosters a community that sets the tone of what is expected
Hmm.
and is inviting for people.
Hmm.
Um, I don't like going into a stream and you either can't interact with people or you say something and people are jumping down your throat
Right.
about it.
Right.
That really frustrates me. And it doesn't happen a lot when I'm floating around the VTuber community, but it does exist. There's some communities out there that I don't find tolerable, but
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that you think my community feels homey.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
And everything I say is true. Don't tell my wife that. Uh, but really, I do enjoy seeing a community like that, and I've seen my share now of different VTubers, and the communities really range in far as far as what the VTuber themselves want. Sometimes it gets out of hand, and you just have to deal with that. But there are some that are mm, so interconnected with themselves that it will be tough for them to expand. Does that make sense?
Are you saying like they make it too personal or too about them and not about
Uh,
the community?
kind
I'm
of
not sure I'm following.
kind of cultish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. Obviously there's levels of that, and I'm not throwing like people are migrating to their house or anything like that. But I actually did have one time when I first started this show where I asked somebody to be on, and I showed up, and they responded fairly positively, and I showed up in their stream and said hello, and they turned to their chat and asked if they should be on my show, and the chat
Okay.
overwhelmingly voted against it,
Hmm.
which I'm like, oh, okay, but
Did
it,
they give a reason or did they just
well,
say no?
I was a guy and I didn't read the room.
Hmm.
It was kind of a very all not guy crowd, and I just kind of
Mm-hmm.
walked in without kind of looking to see what was going on. But with that sort of, I mean, people can do what they want and fine. Obviously I've gone on since then. But when you have a group like that, it makes I would think be very very tough to expand that group um, when you're limiting yourself going in.
Yeah, it's not very welcoming. It doesn't open you up for uh, networking as easily.
Yeah, I mean they're doing fine and I'm doing okay, so I mean no hard feelings. Everybody can tell me no.
Oh yeah.
You can't tell me no because you're already on.
No, I'm leaving now.
That's okay. I'll
No, I'm
just
not
triple the
gonna.
interview and play it backwards, and nobody will know the difference. Um, uh, so for you and getting on, what if I tuned into your next stream? What would I be seeing?
I don't know. What would you be saying? That seems like a
Seeing,
you decision.
seeing, not saying. What? I mean, are you more doing with the models now, or are you doing games, or what?
I'm doing a mix of both.
Mm.
So I've been really into this game called Jurassic World Evolution 3,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't the most exciting of gameplay, but I'm obsessed with it because I love a good building game. I'm a dwarf. I like to build. What can
That's
I
right.
say?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
um, so I've been playing that, and then I have a couple people that I regularly stream games with, so I do that maybe a couple times a week.
Yeah.
And then I also usually do a mini painting stream about once a week,
Mm.
so it's a good variety, a true variety streamer,
With
I would say.
Oh, absolutely. Now, with the mini painting, is it kind of like an ASMR type of stream? You think?
Mm, I wouldn't really say ASMR. It's more of a parallel vibes. Are you
Mm.
familiar with that concept?
No.
Okay. So there's this concept that people have of parallel play or parallel vibing,
Hmm.
where it's two or more people gathered together um, in a room to do their own tasks,
Hmm.
but near each other.
Mm.
And I really love that type of environment because there's sometimes where you need to get stuff done, but it's kind of hard to focus unless you have someone with you or unless you have music on in the background. So I like to kind of invite people into this space while I'm mini painting where they could watch me paint if they want, or they could listen to the music that I put on, which is usually some form of like alternative rock music. um, they could talk if they want, or they could just have the stream up in the background because they like the sound and they like to hear me occasionally explain what I'm doing.
Hmm.
It's really a whatever you want it to be sort of stream.
I like that.
Um,
I like that idea. And
yeah.
we kind of do that at my workplace where we'll be doing it's I and two other folks, and we kind of shift. There's one night where all three of us are there, but otherwise it's two of us, me and one of the other people, and that's how we kind of do our work. Where I mean we don't talk a whole lot between us, but it's more comfortable when somebody else is there doing work beside you for the most part.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, that's what parallel vibing or parallel play is.
yeah, yeah, and I also look back to my very old college days where we would get about six of us together and take up an area of the campus and just all do different work, but we'd all be in the same area. Um, it's with maybe usually having a song or two on. For us, it was It was the true music, which is, the 1983, post-punk new wave type stuff. Um, I don't know what stuff you're talking about. I'm talking about real music. Uh, and we would kind of just, uh, it was it was more relaxing. You can get a lot of stuff done that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really good concept. And you explained it a hell of a lot better than I ever could. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah, your voice, um,
Mm.
very a very warm sounding voice that is immediately inviting. Did you ever use your voice for anything before you started streaming?
No. No.
Never.
And I'm not shy about talking about my day job in my space or anywhere else.
Yeah.
I In real life, I'm a scientist. I work in a lab. That's what I do.
Ah.
The Etsy and the streaming, it's my creative pursuits outside of work because
Mm.
my work isn't really artistically creative.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine that you don't want if you're working with petri dishes, you don't necessarily want to be too creative. You just want to go with what you're supposed to be doing with them at the
Yes, exactly.
time.
So I never pursued any other creative things, art or otherwise, outside of the streaming space.
So this is your not only are you enjoying it, but it's your chance to let that side of you out a little bit.
That yes, exactly.
Hmm. Yeah, that's cool. I just that's because the vibe that you give out while talking to me and there is not one of lab tech scientist person, which is
A very
wonderful.
matter of fact.
No, which is wonderful because it does show that not only have a depth of personality, but you're given the opportunity to show it, and that's a brilliant thing that this particular medium is allowing people to do.
Hmm.
And and to
Yes.
so with this and the success that you're having and people following you, are you? And this may be a completely unfair question, but it's my show. Um, are you? Is it fulfilling for you to be able to do this like you're doing?
Yes, I think it is. And especially at the size that I'm at right now. And I don't necessarily want to say I was grieving a little bit about a month or two ago about how I'm growing
Hmm.
because I'm thankful to be growing.
Hmm.
However, I recognize that I am going to continue growing and it will eventually get to the point where I cannot interact with everyone in chat. I
Hmm.
can't address every comment that people message to me.
Hmm.
Uh, that it's going to get to the point where I'm not going to be I'm not going to have as much hands-on time with my chat as I do now. And I'm both loving the spot that I'm at right now, but I
Hmm.
also know that eventually that will change. Does that make sense?
It does. It absolutely does, and it's a brilliant way to put it, actually. And have you opened a Discord?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I know some folks who are on that that edge, and they've been able to use the Discord as a way to continue to be um, a little more personal with people, having like community nights, movie nights, that type of thing, or actually playing games with people while in the Discord. Um, have you been able to do that, or is that something that you've thought of?
I have the Discord and I do frequently interact with my community on the Discord.
Hmm.
I have thought about doing a monthly movie night,
Hmm.
but I have such a wide variety of time zones in my Discord
Is it true?
that I'm having an issue picking a time that feels the most fair to everyone.
Mm,
So I
yeah,
haven't actually made that leap yet.
yeah. Okay, yeah. I see. One particular VTuber that I've talked to a lot is Hoovie, Whovie, which by the way I'll give a shout out because they're pretty cool, and their interaction with their Discord is almost, in fact, maybe more important than the channel itself.
Mm.
The way it's gone, but it's different strokes for everybody, and that's another thing that is great about this is that you're going to have so many different people with so many different backgrounds and ideas. Um, I'm sure you, coming from the scientist side, can appreciate the innovation that some of these folks are doing.
Oh yeah, of course.
Now,
There's been many times where I've been in someone's stream or been interacting in someone's Discord, and they do something, and I go, "Oh, that's brilliant." How do I do that myself? And sometimes I can figure it out on my own. Other times I have to reach out to that person and be like, "Hey, how did you do this? And do you mind, like, if this is a novel thing, of course, like, do you
yeah,
mind if I also try to implement something similar?" And
yeah,
like, it's the amount of stuff I've learned since starting VTubing, both about running Discords or being a VTuber or gaming in general, has been amazing.
oh yeah,
People have taught me so much in this space.
yeah, yeah. It, it's it's a great way to, and I think that we're finding people doing so, even teaching lessons and having small um, learning sessions on VTubing or on their topic while VTubing. People are kind of starting to flock to those as they get as they realize that there is a learning thing to this. You can um, just too many things. Is there some type of stream you'd like to do that you haven't done yet?
Um, what would I like to do that I have not done yet? I I would like to I would love so okay. This past August, I hosted a fundraiser and that went very well.
Yeah,
Um, it went exceedingly well, better than I hoped it would, and we raised a lot of money for this fundraiser.
wonderful.
Um, I would love to do that again,
Hmm.
and I would, which I guess doesn't really answer the question because this is something I've already done, but I would love to continue doing that on a yearly basis
Hmm.
and just continuing to blow it out of the water every time.
Hmm.
That was such a fulfilling experience for me. I
Yeah,
felt so good about it. The community was so excited. They were interactive. I got to advocate for something I believed in. And like, it was just such a good feeling
hmm,
that I just want to keep pushing it further to see how far we could go.
yeah. There's nothing like that, is there? Where you not only you get to reflect on the fact that something that you've done has helped something else that you believe in, but that you were able to rally other people to that cause as well.
Hmm.
That's there's nothing like that. It's a. I'm sure there's some word in some other language than English that describes it, but I don't know if there is one in English that covers that sort of feeling. But um, and thank you.
Well, in short, I think that without being a VTuber, without having this platform that I've slowly been building up brick by brick over time, my advocacy for this fundraiser wouldn't have been what it is.
Yeah,
Like, I could go to my neighbors here in my neighborhood, but I don't think I would have raised nearly as much as I did speaking to these people all across the planet
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
and advocating. It's
yeah,
insane. It's
yeah.
wild.
It is, and thank you for doing that. By the way, I I always make sure to thank people who have worked for a cause, even if it's not mine, because you're taking your time to do this for somebody else, and I want to support that as much as possible. Um,
Thank you.
and if I went back down to my neighbors, I don't think I would get anything more than my hair parted by a shotgun. Yeah, well,
Yeah, I have some neighbors like that as well.
yeah. What are you doing here?
Why are you on my
Yeah.
property?
Uh, I didn't do nothing to your cats. Okay, fine, fine. I won't ask for money this time. Um, so with what you've been able to get going, and your job, which is obviously um, up there as far as importance goes. to everything. Um, has VTubing taken up all of your time outside of work?
All of it? No. Have I really put a priority on it? Yes. It's slightly behind my Etsy store in terms of things that I want to work on when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but again, even my Etsy store that I earn an income off of, I don't see that as work. It is still fun for me. It is still something I look forward to doing. It is still something that brings me joy, and I'm happy and excited to continue working on those things. So I don't really see it as, oh, it's taking time after work. It's, oh, I get to go home and do these things.
Yeah, and then again, that will show on your streams. Whether no matter how you're streaming, whatever you if you're going on as a character, if you're going on as an extension of yourself, if you get an audience that comes back to you, they're going to know, and they're going to see that moment when it goes from being something you enjoy and something that to it's a job.
Hmm.
And has that ever crept in every once in a while? Say you've had a rough week at work and you had a lot of things planned on the stream and the Etsy shop, and it's time to stream, and you're like, I don't want to do this.
Well, um, when I first started streaming, one of the rules that they tell you when streaming, when you're starting out, is to be consistent, to set a schedule, to post your schedule, and make sure people know when you're streaming.
Yeah.
Doing that, I I had to step away from VTubing for a little bit because I kept feeling like a failure because I would put out a schedule and then I wouldn't uphold it because I would get home from work and I'd be too tired or
Yeah.
whatever have you. Science is exhausting. Sometimes I'm tired when I get home.
Oh yeah, it is.
When I stepped away for a little bit from VTubing and came back, when I came back this past January,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm not going to post schedules. I'm not going to tell people when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stream whenever I feel like streaming.
Yeah.
And that freedom not only has meant that I've streamed more because I don't have a set schedule saying, oh man, regardless of how you feel, you said you were going to stream today.
Mm-hmm.
Now I get to just be like, am I feeling streaming today? No, I'm not going to stream. And then I get to relax a little bit. And usually an hour into me relaxing, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to stream now.
Yeah.
So just going against the grain a little bit and doing the opposite of what all these really successful VTubers say to do has been so freeing for me and has been the best for me personally as a VTuber.
Yeah.
So I don't feel that pressure of it being a job anymore.
Yeah.
There was a time when it did, but not any longer.
Well, it's always your mileage may vary when it comes to these things, isn't it? I mean, yeah, there's some people that will thrive in that type of environment, some people that won't, and you see it in your other work. There's some people who work a certain way. There's other people who work a different way, and that's how you slice the apple sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would imagine in scientific research it definitely is that way because you look at a problem one way, somebody else looks at it the other way, and maybe you'll find the worm in between.
Yeah.
That's how things go. But to be able to continue to enjoy what you're doing and have that type of success that you've been able to do, both with the Etsy shop and what you're doing now. Are there times now where you just kind of maybe right after you've done a stream and you see the people that are there that you shut off the microphone and you go, they're coming here for me.
Yeah. And I'm in awe every time I have that realization. I'm like, why? Why are they here? I'm thankful they're here. But sometimes I'm like, man, I wasn't on my A game today. I wasn't as energetic as I normally am. I was a little tired today, and yet they still showed up. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so thankful for my community.
Yeah. When you have that type of support, and even from people who you may never meet, maybe people standing upside down on the other side of the planet from you. That is a type of wind beneath your wings moment that 20 years ago, you probably would have to wait for an email for that, and in 10 years before that, you're not going to get at all.
Yeah.
Costs too much. I can tell you that from fact. Um, so you've this is really it's like it was kind of waiting for you, wasn't it?
It feels like it, yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like I had been searching for something for a really long time in my young adult life, and I wasn't entirely sure what.
Yeah.
Um, and then I took a leap of faith of, well, let me sit down and stream this game in front of a microphone and a camera.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, I think I could find a groove here. Let's just keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. And here I am, and I'm so excited to stream. And I'm so excited to talk to my community and meet new people like you. Like, it's so intriguing and so interesting, and there's always something new
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the time.
You could sit at home with if you were in my part of the United States right now, you might be wrapped up in a blanket with the hot chocolate or whatever you put in your hot chocolate. I'm not judging. Vodka, don't care if it works. It works.
Hmm.
And just enjoying what comes on over the computer. This is where I think there's a big parallel to what used to be done with the radio um, back in the days where you had local radio, but you also had radio shows where people would get together around the the tube radio, listen to their favorite personalities that they never saw, um, and and just enjoyed it and didn't have to worry about anything else. And, um, the personalities could go off and have their lives and come back and do it again the next day. I think there's a lot of parallel there between then and now.
I
Um,
think that's a great comparison.
yeah, and I think that's just gonna this is gonna continue to catch on because I mean there wasn't anything else but radio back then. um, Now you get the chance to communicate with everybody around the world by just picking up the microphone in your spare room, and
Yeah.
um, that type of gift that we have now is, I hope, something that people will continue to appreciate while they're improving it, and not just take
Yeah.
advantage of it, because the
And I think
anonymity goes both ways.
mhm.
Yeah, and you
I
haven't
think
had.
for a lot of people,
Go ahead.
this affords the opportunity to just be in the moment.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm kind of going for. You get to be you without being you, but you still are comfortable with being you.
Hmm.
And the people you're talking to don't remember in third grade when you reached over for a pencil and split your pants, and still tell you about it 9 years later, that type of thing. um,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I did that, but I probably did. Um, but it's you get to present yourself as however you want to. Now, have you done much as far as pre-recorded material?
I have not. I've been heavily considering it
Hmm.
for some games that I really want to play, but I'm not sure if I want to play them on stream.
Hmm.
Um, Particularly, there's a lot of like building games that I really want to
Mm.
play, but I don't know how much people will like watching me build and fixated in silence for an hour at a time.
Are these
um,
science games?
I'm sorry.
Are these science games that you're sneaking in?
It might be. But so I was thinking about doing pre-recorded content for stuff like that, and then if
Yeah,
people put some like copyright-free music on, and then if people want to put it on in the background, or if they actually want to watch what I'm doing, then they're free to throw it up on YouTube or whatever.
yeah,
Um, but I haven't made that leap yet into pre-recorded content. No.
yeah, yeah. There is a difference. I mean, here you don't have a net really on live. You do here with this show because I'm recorded and I'm radio guy, and I've done a lot of these before, and I know better than to let my mouth run too free. um, but and so I have the safety net. But you guys do not have one when you're on live, and pretty much whatever you say is going to be out there. Um,
Hmm.
you don't have that problem, do you? Where you're just kind of like, oh, I said something I shouldn't have.
The only time I ever have that feeling is if I say something and I go, "Oh man, that could be misconstrued as being a little rude."
Yeah.
Um, Sometimes I recognize that I can get a little sassy. um, and I have to be like, "Oh, I hope you guys know that that was just a joke. I didn't seriously mean that or whatever." Um, I never want someone to think that I am intentionally being rude towards them or anything
Yeah.
like that. And
Yeah.
sometimes I do check my tone and go, "Oh man, did I just sound like that, or was that in my head?"
Well, I mean, there's a difference in that, and just being vicious and outright, trying to julienne fry somebody for a comment they made.
Mhm.
There's a big difference there, but and two, if it's somebody that knows you for a while, they probably know something might be a little out of character, or maybe a double entendre, if nothing else.
Mhm.
I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean that the way it says. Um,
Yeah.
but
But as far as saying things that I'm like, "Oh shit, that sounds bad," and someone might take that the really wrong way if it's clipped improperly, I haven't had any of those moments yet.
yet. And when now and
Yeah.
now we get to put a bounty on it. If you find something,
Oh,
if
watch
you
it happen on my next stream.
if you find something that the dwarf says that is something we can cut, we'll give you 25 cents credit at the local store or something like
Mhm.
that. No, I think that you've got a really great attitude. You've got the talent to it, the personality for sure, um, the intelligence to do it and do it in a way that that's going to be efficient, which may not sound right to people out there, but people who are in any type of broadcasting industry, and I consider VTubing that, know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
You got to have a little bit of efficiency to do it too.
Yeah.
That as you said, your growth is going to continue, and when you get to that point where you have too much of a good thing, I hope you remember that it is still a good thing,
Mhm.
and you've earned it from what you're able to do. Uh, Do you feel that you've earned it?
Yeah. I've put a lot of work and a lot of love into what I do.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that the growth that I've had so far is a reflection of that.
Hmm.
Um, and again, I know I will continue to keep growing, and I'm a little sad that it'll grow to the point where I won't have the same level of interaction midstream that I do now with my chat.
Hmm.
But that just means as time goes on, I'm going to have to figure out different ways
Yeah.
of maintaining that same level of attention with my community. And that'll come with time. I
Yeah.
don't have a solution for it right now because I'm not experiencing it right now. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's always so many innovations coming around that something may happen between now and then that you'll be able to do that, or you'll come up with it yourself. You are a scientist. I mean, for crying out loud,
Hmm.
you should be able to do something.
Yeah.
Here's my car engine. Can you do something with that? Make the lights not go off every time I turn on the car. Hey,
I think you need a mechanic for that one, not a scientist.
yeah, I need an exorcist. Is what I need for that. For that. Um, Thank you so much for coming on, Maeve. It's absolute pleasure talking with you, and I mean what I say. Very, very fun to talk with, and very easy. Uh, I can see why you're getting the folks coming in like you are, and that's going to continue. Folks, we're going to have the links for Maeve if I can get my wonderful computer to uh, um, to suddenly decode all of the things it's encoded. Thank you, computer. We'll have the links up for Maeve here, and you can check out what they've got going on. Thank you so much. I wish you nothing but continued success. But I think you don't need my wishes for that. You're gonna just keep going.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me on here today. I look forward to seeing the recording come out and potentially coming on again in the future.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.